So you got your feet wet last year. How much more confident, or what did you learn from that experience, and how much more comfortable are you heading into year 2 here?
Yeah, I think you learn a lot freshman year. I think the biggest thing I learned was just being ready to compete every single day and not necessarily worrying about one result or one practice, but more focused on competing every day and giving it your all. And yeah, I think this year has just been a lot. It's been a lot smoother, I'd say. You just know what to expect and you feel more confident just because you've been there. And I just think, the expectations. So it's definitely a huge, more like mental, just a different approach to how you're viewing everything instead of hope I'm doing well. I hope things are going well, where you're like, all right, I got this. I know what's going on. So
From an on-court standpoint, where do you feel like you can make the biggest leap this year in your game?
yeah, I think defensively I can make the biggest leap. I think I have the tools. It's just defense is more about angles and about experience. So I think that's a big jump that I've been really focusing on this offseason.
And you got a lot of defensive impact to replace there with Rachel moving on. What's it going to take collectively to kind of replace what she brought to the program?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really quantify what she brought to the table. Obviously, a ton of energy and grit and hustle. And I think, with how young our people or how young everyone is, it's going to take a little bit of everyone raising their game. One person isn't going to just jump in and fill her shoes. Her 5 years of hard work that she put in and the experience that she had, one person can't quantify her loss. But I think, we'll have other people step up, and then everyone else needs to just elevate their game just a little bit more. So
you and Keone played off the bench last year as a backcourt together. How are you two kind of feeling each other moving forward here?
Yeah, I mean, we live together actually, and so it's always fun to live with your teammates. It's easy to bounce struggles off them and talk about practice and how you're feeling about stuff. And so we both work really hard. So just being in the gym together, and it's really fun to grow with your teammates and just be with them through the hard times. So.
Yeah, 4 starters back. How do you kind of feel like your game fits in with what you guys got coming back?
Yeah, I definitely think a lot of focus that I've had has been on energy plays and just being really competitive and in practice. And I think that just helps raise the bar for practice-wise. It just helps everyone else, instead of internalizing and worrying about what you're doing wrong, it's just okay, how are we going to win? How are we going to beat the other team? And so I think that just from a competitive standpoint, that's just what I try to bring every day.
So 5-out read and react offense, a little different than things a lot of other programs run. What's it take to kind of learn how to play in that system to earn the coach's trust to get out there and be an impact player?
Yeah, I think you have to trust yourself before the coaches are going to trust you. So I think being able to go out there every day and know that, you have to believe that you're doing the right things, and I think earning a coach's trust is definitely something that takes time, but I think a lot of Bill Self's players. Growing up, I was a big KU fan from being from Kansas City, and they always said the same thing. They're you have to trust yourself before the coaches are going to trust you. I mean, it's like seeing a deer in the headlights when you don't trust yourself. So I think they're well, I can't put her out there if she's going to act like she doesn't know what's going on. So I think just being decisive, even if it's the wrong thing. So I think knowing you're going to make mistakes, and it's just part of the game. So
having a player like Lauren there to learn from.
Yeah. Lauren and all of our upperclassmen actually have been so helpful. And even Carly and Rachel last year, they will help you through any situation that you're going through. And I feel like any of them are going to have similar scenarios for what you're going through, or they've experienced something like that. And so just having great mentors like that, because freshman year is a big adjustment, and learning how to play in this offense definitely takes a little bit of time. So I just think having older people who are there for you, and it's different coming from your players than it is your coaches, and sometimes it's more beneficial when it's your players being okay, we can help you, we know how to help you, and sometimes it's just a different lens that you can see through, and it's helpful to see that they've been there and they know what you're feeling, and you're not just crazy, so.
You got 3 players that haven't gotten on the court yet for Creighton. What's your advice to them kind of coming into the shoes that you had last year?
Yeah, just be where your feet are, and just come every day ready to work and practice and work hard, and your time will come. I know it sucks, and there's going to be a lot of ups and downs to your times here, and even I know I'm going to have my ups and downs throughout the season, and even Lauren, Morgan, and all other seniors are going to have their ups and downs. So I just think it's easy to kind of get really high or really low. So just staying right in that midline.
What kind of potential does this team have?
We have, the practices that we've been having, our competitiveness and our desire to win it's been elevated a lot. I think it helps having so many upperclassmen that you're not really, like I said, like you're not worrying about like what am I doing, like how am I performing today? Like you're just like, all right, let's win. Let's go out there and win this game today. And so I think that's super helpful. And then from a communication standpoint, like I said, we have all seniors, or not all seniors, but we have a lot of seniors. So I think that makes practices more competitive. And we've had some really great practices and had some really great moments. So I think, just take it one day at a time,
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.